Been a mayor since 1971 and continue to serve the community to this day. And today we're here to take a look at Prospect Heights and determine what significance it has to the community of Milford and how this all started back in the days when, at the turn of the century, Draper Corporation went ahead and decided to build housing for immigrant laborers that were going to work in the corporation. And as we proceed this afternoon, I'll try to explain how this all started and where we're going from here. All of this land belonged to Draper Corporation at the turn of the 20th century. And at the turn of the 20th century, if you recall your history, there was a tremendous immigration boom to America by foreign immigrants. Draper Corporation at that time was in need of foreign workers to work at their plant. And they decided that one of the ways to secure and be comfortable in having a workforce for the future was to go ahead and provide housing to the immigrants. So that around the beginning of the 20th century, through about 1913 or 14, these houses were built. The architect was Robert Cook, who lived, by the way, and had his office right there in that building. Robert Cook is a nationally known, or was a nationally known architect, and designed each of these homes that the Draper Corporation had built at that time. There are approximately 106 houses in this area. These brick homes are similar to the row houses in Baltimore, and they were occupied by approximately 5 large ethnic groups at the time, people who migrated to this country and then came to work in Draper's. And this housing I refer to as a benevolent paternalistic offering on the part of the corporation, way ahead of its time, to again secure laborers and maintain them for their future. We had 5 large ethnic groups that settled here at the time, consisting primarily of Irish, Italian, Portuguese, Armenian, and what's the one I'm looking for? Irish, Italian, Polish. We had one Greek family that lived right next door over there to the Cook house. That was John Corniaris's family. And each of these ethnic groups contributed not only to the community of Prospect Heights, but the town of Milford, and of course to the Draper Corporation. These wooden homes were also constructed by the Draper Corporation later, and these are similar to the wooden homes that were built in Hopedale, and you're familiar with all those homes up on Aden Street and those Dutcher Street homes, etc. So this property was all Draper's, and upon the closing of the factory in the 70s, the Draper Corporation decided that the honorable thing to do was to offer these homes for sale to the oldest living residents at the time in these houses. So they had an option to purchase the buildings that they lived in, usually consisting of 4 apartments. That was where I was born and brought up, number 11 Prospect Heights. And my dad did buy 11, 12, 13, and 14 at the time, and then sold it years later. But this was my neighborhood. This is where I was born and brought up, and this is where I had my roots. And it was the best time of my life. My upbringing, I would not trade for any of the upbringings that I've seen my children had, even my grandchildren at this time, because this was a community that was unique in all aspects. Dedicated to the men and women of the Prospect Heights community who served their country in World War II. And we have, as you can see on the monument there are 9 killed in action in the Second World War that are listed here, and they reflect a variety of nationalities, again from this area. On this wall monument, would you like to guess how many individuals served from this area in the Second World War between these years? I've counted them, and there are 184 names listed on this wall from this Prospect Heights area. There's also one woman listed on the wall who served as an Army nurse at the time. That's an example of what this community has offered and contributed not only to the community of Prospect Heights, but Milford and Massachusetts in general.